Surprise, surprise. Hi, I know I'm not usually on here during the daytime, but I felt like we got cheated out of a live again last night because of stormy weather. We are actually right now in between storms or rain here in Texas. We've had weeks of nothing but rain and storms and hail, and this time of the year we usually get some rain, but not every single day for the last 3 weeks. But I am Pam Savage, owner of I started to name a bank where I used to work, Young at Heart Creations. That is the name of my business, and I love to paint and I love to teach others to paint. So what I'm doing today, I thought I would just hop on and say hi. It's been a crazy busy week here. As you know, I'm getting ready and getting things ready for the big painters event that we're having in August, and it's going to be right here in Sherman. The link is up on this page for you to go in and look at all the details and register. The seats are very limited. It's not a huge place, so I took as many seats as they would let me have, but it is limited. So I'm just opening it up to you guys here on my Facebook page and to the Painters Clubhouse girls, ladies that I'm a member of with Tamara Bennett's Painters Clubhouse. So I'm opening it up to them for a couple of weeks, just to you guys. I'm not announcing it to the public yet. I think once I do that, it's going to go really quickly. So, I mean, I've already gotten so many of you guys on here that have already paid and already just excited about coming. You're already paid and done. So they have a seat, so please don't delay. If you are interested in that, click on the link I've got it posted at the top of my page. It'll give you a link to go in and look at all the details. The place that we are going to hold it is at the Movie Bowl Grill here in Sherman, Texas. That's a big, they have bowling, they have a movie theater, they have arcades, and all different kinds of things. Our kids in this area just love it, but they do have a banquet room that they allowed me. They were very happy that I rented it, but so I will make my decision based on how many over the next 2 to 3 weeks that we get signed up. I do have an amount that I have to get before we can finalize that on there, because I don't want to give them a huge deposit and then we don't make quota. So anyway, it's a fun place. It will be from 9 to 7. I will have 3 projects for you to paint, and Michaels and Hobby Lobby are going to, like they don't already, but they are going to love me for this event because I am spending a lot of money there for door prizes for you guys. So we'll have some door prizes throughout the day, and then we'll have some grand door prizes at the end of the day. So I've got a schedule that I'll have ready for you. I've already got my help hired, well, I say hired, family, that are going to help me with the sales booth, that I'll have several things that I've painted already that you've watched me paint. Here's the one I did last night, or night before last, but got that one done. So I'm painting a lot of things, but I'm going to also be cutting out some blanks. They won't be laser etched. They'll just be the blanks for you to purchase. So I'll have things like that. And it is not going to be, I just want to let you know up front, it will not be on the scale of a Tamara Bennett live show, but it will be a very exciting, fun day and painting filled day, and then we'll get to meet and greet each other. We'll have a photo booth, and there's so many things. It's just going to be so wonderful to meet some of you guys in person. I see your names come up all the time, and I would just love to meet and paint with you. So I'll be kind of instructing as we go, kind of like I do my paint parties. I don't have any guest speakers or anything like that. It's just a one-day event. So if you're local enough that you can just drive up here, registration will start at 9 o'clock. If you need to get a hotel the night before or the night of, if you don't want to drive back, we do have some hotels that are about 10 minutes from the facility. Hi, Karen. Oh, 15 hours. I'm sorry. I know. I would say hop on a plane and come on, but I know that's expensive for a one-day event. So this year I'm just trying the one-day event to see how it goes, and who knows, maybe next year we'll go even larger. But for this year, I could not get a place that had the hotel and the room all in the same facility. That would be the best, scenario, but just couldn't do it. Now this place does have a hotel right across the street from it, but I would not recommend that hotel. I went over and checked it out before I, gave you a referral on it. I wanted to go look at it for myself. I made it about 5 minutes in that hotel, and I don't think I would even let my pets stay there. So we have some just about 10 minutes from here. My house is just 5 minutes from the place. So there will be things to do, throughout the day that we will do. I will have lunch and supper, very nice lunch and supper provided for you. And also, after we finish, 7 o'clock's when it's over, but I'm sure somebody will need to kind of finish up and we'll be doing some things. But after that, you are more than welcome to go out into they're open till midnight. So there's a lot of different things that you can go do. It's just a really neat little place. Well, it's not little, but a neat place. But as you walk in, you will have to go through the cafe to get to our spot. So it's just right inside the door, but it's really a cool place and I am so excited about it. But my biggest problem is going to be setting myself a budget on spending money for your door prizes. So I've set a budget and I'm gonna have to stick to that limit, but I could just go crazy just buying y'all door prizes. So I will have some very sweet little goodie bags for you that will have some things in it that you can use. So spread the word. Right now, it's just open to you guys and to the Painters Clubhouse ladies. I will open it up to the public soon, but I just wanted to give y'all first chance because you are my followers and so dedicated, and I appreciate you so very much. So that is out there. We've already had several sign up, so thank you for that. What I would like to do, I've been so busy. We didn't have internet last night, but I didn't let that stop me from painting. I've been working on some things. We did sunflower last week and we put welcome on it. This one I finished last night. Now it's not 3D like the other one. This one doesn't have a separate piece on it. I just painted it on there. But this one says blessed. And I was about to do the back of it. Usually I do the back of it before I paint it, but I did not last night. So I was going to show you how I give it, if I'm just wanting to give it a stained look, rather than doing actual stain and waiting for it to dry and all that good stuff. I'll show you how I stain the back of them, just to kind of give it a stained look. Also, this is another thing I started working on last night. These are things that I'm painting for y'all that I'm going to be putting in my sales booth at the event. So I'm working on this guy right now. Got to do the leaves. I'm going to put some details on here. Not sure. I may use some buttons in here. I'm not quite sure yet, but we might work on that a few minutes here in a minute. But I mainly wanted to show you what I'm going to do. You just any dark brown is going to work. I typically use burnt umber, dark chocolate. Let's see, this one is the dark chocolate, but you can even do it in a color if you want to do it with a color. That's fine, but I'm going to give this one a stain look. But whatever color you use, that's the color that it's going to give it. So this one we're going to do with Deco Art Dark Chocolate. And this is the plate I was using last night on that flower, so it's completely dry. So I'm just going to use it. And I'm going to bring you down now so you can see what we got going on here. I'm going to put blinders on you because I don't want you to see the mess in my room. Not so much the mess, but I've got so many boxes for you for the event, so I don't want you to see those either. All right, so let's get down here. And what I do is just make sure your paint's all good and shaken up. By the way, I have a new favorite color that I used on this flower, and it's called, it's Craft Smart, and I get that at Michael's, and it is called Robin's Egg Blue. Oh, it is so pretty. It's pretty much like the spa blue in the Deco. Okay, so to get the stain look, Just get me a good old pile here. Puddle, pile, I don't know what you would call it. And we went to get ice cream a couple of months ago at a town near us in McKinney. In McKinney at an ice cream store. And with the little cups, or for tasting, they would give you these little spoons to taste to see what kind you wanted. They are perfect for mixing paint and little cups or whatever. So I love it. So I grabbed them. I made everybody give me their spoons. So I've got them in different colors, but it's just really good for mixing. It's not real, it's pretty much flat. There's not really much of a dip in it, but it just really works. So I'm going to add some water. I want to get it pretty thin. I want it just inky. So I put quite a bit of water in there. And let's just kind of, whoops, flipped it on me. I've just got my painting clothes on, y'all. I haven't done much to my hair. I've been trying to get a haircut for 3 weeks, and they're all so busy that the waiting list is like 3 weeks. So got a family reunion coming up, and I was hoping I could get it done before then, but I don't think that's going to happen unless I just go somewhere that I don't really care for, but just to get it done. Okay, see how inky, watery that is? Just mixing that water up good. Okay, clean that off a little bit. I just love it when I find neat little things like that, especially when it's a freebie. We like freebies. Okay, now you can take a baby wipe and wipe it on that way. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna get my brush wet. And this is such a big piece that I'm just using my big old 2-inch, is it 2-inch? I never can remember, 1.5 inch base coating brush. And I'm just gonna wipe it on. In fact, I think I'm going to get a little more water because you just want it barely on there. Be really careful on the edges. You don't want it going off on your painted area. So, well, I will use a baby wipe too on it. I just put it on and then I wipe it off. Put it on. You could even just leave it on. The wood grain is still going to show through, but it just takes it longer to dry. So I put it on and then take it off. Just gives it a finished look. And I don't always do things to the back of them, but I think it does make it look nicer. It just kind of depends on what the piece is and the mood I'm in and how rushed I am. My business has for sure picked up in the last month. I'm pretty much, I might could squeeze 1 or 2 more in, but I'm pretty much booked for the summer. All age groups. I've got some kid ones, and I've got something really fun that I'm going to do with them. And then I've got a couple in a different town. So it is a busy, busy summer for me, and I'm so thankful. All right, let me wipe this off. Whoops. Like I said, this was not planned, a planned live. So I'm not really set up for a live right now, but now my piece on the front, I have already sealed it, so it really won't phase it any. I can just wash it off if I get anything on it, because I sealed it real well with Mod Podge. So I don't know if you can see how soupy wet that is, and I'm even dipping some more into the water just to help spread it out a little. But it's fast and just gives it a nice finish on the back. Now, before that gets too dark, just going to wipe it off and kind of spread it down there. Spreading outwards toward, just like I do with the brush on the edges. So everything that I know how to do, that I've learned from someone else or just by trial and error, I want you guys to know how to do it to make your painting life easier. I debated on whether or not to have a sales booth at the event because I have a big craft show in November, and I thought, oh, if I sell a lot, which I hope I do, I want you guys to have things, especially the blanks for you to paint, but I thought, oh, if I sell out of everything, how am I going to get enough stuff made for the craft show in November? But you know what? We'll just make it work. I noticed, or this morning when I was watching one of Erica Wallace's with Wallace House Designs, she was painting live. Oh, she painted a beautiful barrel with flowers in it, and with a really fun technique that I've done before too, but she just makes it look so easy and turned out so pretty. But anyway, she's having a live also. Can't remember when. She hasn't nailed it down yet. She's still trying to find a location. She's having the same problem I did, finding one that has, the hotel has a big enough room to accommodate several people so they can, hers is going to be 2 days and nights, and mine's only going to be the 1 day, so she really does need a hotel room for her guests, so she's having a hard time finding that. And if you do find one big enough to hold that many people, it costs an arm, a leg, one of your children, and whatever else you own. Especially after COVID, everything's just gotten so expensive. Okay, so there you have it. A stained look. We did that, what, in 5, maybe 10 minutes? And since I've already sealed it, now I usually do, like I said, I usually do that before I paint it so I can paint over it, and I just didn't think about it last night. But since I've already sealed it, this baby wipe is just taking it right off of those outside edges, and honestly, with the type of painting this is, it just kind of gives it a little more of a rustic look, so it really doesn't even matter. But this will be at the event. And there we have it. So we've got that front. I haven't put the hanger on it yet. And a pretty back. And that doesn't take long to dry. After it does dry, I will seal the back on it. Because a lot of times you'll see sunflowers. A lot of people do put those outside. So I will seal the back. I've already sealed the front and the edges. Clean up my little board here. I will also have this board. I won't, more than likely, I will not have an overhead, teaching you from an overhead, because I'm so not technical, and I'm afraid of anything technically going wrong on something I'm depending on and not being able to help you. So I will be, just like I do my paint parties, I'll have this board there and showing you anything you need help on with what we're going to be painting. I'm not going to tell you what we're going to be painting. I want that to be a surprise when you get there. But I have already started cutting them out. I am the type that if I know something's happening, something's coming up, I just cannot wait until the time it's supposed to start to get things ready. I have to start getting things ready now. I want them all ready, packed up, and ready to go beforehand. I don't like to push the envelope, I guess you would say. Okay, let me get this stain off my hands here. And let's go ahead. That went so fast. Let me go ahead and we might paint on this little flower a little bit. Hi, Judy. Let's see. Are you talking about the craft show and how? No, Judy. I'm talking about the my Young at Heart Creations painters event in August. I'm going to have it at the Movie Bowl Grill. Judy lives real close to me, so she knows where the Movie Bowl Grill is, out on 1417. That's where I will be hosting it. If you, when you go into my Facebook page, it is the first thing that pops up as far as posts, and there's a link there that will give you all the details. I've just got it opened up to all of you and the Tamara Bennett's Painters Clubhouse. We call ourselves the PC Sisters. So I've just got it opened up to them right now. I will open it up to the public here in, I don't know, a couple of weeks or so. But I just wanted to give y'all first choice. It's $135 for that. It's from 9 in the morning till 7 in the evening. We'll have painting projects, fun door prizes, and some nice door prizes. We'll have some grand door prizes. And then I took a picture of some of the stuff I'd already received in the mail, and I realized it's got my trucks showing in it. So I had to be clear that the truck was not part of one of the grand prizes. So it won't be that. But it's going to be such a fun day. And, you know, again, I'm not a professional at this. You know, I just have fun with it. But I think it's going to be the best part of the whole thing will be meeting y'all and all of us just getting to be together and paint together. And we'll have a photo booth and we'll get our pictures made together. And we might surprise Tamara and Facebook her or something. I don't know, FaceTime her or something. And I don't know. I don't want to say anything for her, but we might try to reach her. We'll see. Who knows what we're going to do. but we'll have lunch. The lunch is going to be baked potatoes. You have your choice of 2 soups, salad. There was one other thing. I don't remember what it is. And then cookies for dessert. The supper will be chicken. And I think it's barbecue chicken. I don't remember, but it's chicken, a couple of vegetables, a roll, and then peach cobbler. So very nice meals. And I've got that all squared away. So that's what I'm doing. My first big live event. Y'all know here locally what she's talking about, the craft show. I coordinated and organized a craft show that we have in the area about 20 years ago, I guess. Still going strong. It didn't this year because of COVID, but or this past year, but it's still going strong and a great show. So I just love doing things like that. Okay, let's go ahead and work on this flower just a little bit. This is what I was working on last night, trying to get a lot of things painted for y'all. I just love the colors. That's that robin egg blue, that lighter color. This is coral pink. I think that's what it's called. Let me see. Yeah, coral blush. That's a coral blush color, and it's so pretty. Let me see what kind of buttons I've got over here. I don't know if I want a big button in the center. I'm not sure yet. Let me look and see what color I've got right quick. I don't know that I have any coral ones, but I'm always keeping buttons on hand. I could always go purchase one if I'm... Okay, those colors are not going to work. These are from Dollar Tree, though. These are really fun to use on things, but that just is not the right color. Might could get away with using the blue. It's pretty close to one of those dark colors. I might could get away with that. Going to see if I had any coral ones. This is my button thing. All the grandkids love to play with my button jar. I don't know how many times the buttons in here have been emptied, put back in, trains made, button trains. Logan, that's been on here before with me, his favorite thing to do with them is, or it was, now he's getting so big, was to cover, he wanted me to cover his hands or cover his feet and try to find them. I don't know what happened to his feet. Oh, it's awful. Where are your feet? And every time it would be like we'd never done it before. And he loved it every time. Okay, so I'm bringing it down here. Yeah, well, I got these at Dollar Tree. They had a bunch of them. I guess I got them about 3 months ago or so. But that's where I picked them up. It was at the Dollar Tree. Okay, I'm going to bring you just a little bit and let you look at what I've got. Okay, I've got this one, and it does go just fine with that. I may even have some little ones that I could put around here on it. The leaves are going to be this color green, so I could even put a green one in there, something to contrast it. I've even got yellow. The yellow looks cute, like it's kind of the center. I've got the color of what I shaded in. I'm not really liking that color. I'm not digging that one. Might have to let it sit out a couple of days. That one's got a thing on the back and it's going to be hard to glue. I do still need to kind of get busy and replenish some of them, some of my colors. Okay, I don't like that one. So far, what I like the most is this blue, because it is so close to that blue down there, or the pink or yellow. It's a coral color. It's really very close. It's not really pink. But that one looks kind of cute. Or I could go with the yellow. Alright, what do y'all think? Tell me what you think. I'm going to put that one back in there. Okay, there's the yellow. Here's the blush. Alright, tell me what you think. And then here's the green. I don't think I care for the green, just with what's going on in the flower. So let's mark out the green. So it's going to be between the pink blush or the yellow. Alright, what do y'all think? And I may end up not putting button on it at all. I might find something else that I like better. But between those two, yeah, I like the peach one too. That was my that was my choice. And I may dig down through here and see if I've got an even larger one. I don't want to pull them out right now, but I may even have a larger one, like that color in the bottom, or I might could find. I've got some little ones down in there that may be that color, not this color, but maybe that color, and put them around where each of the dots are. I don't know. There's so many things I can do with it. Ooh, I know what would be cute. Let's see. Let's go ahead and open one of these. For just $1, that's really a lot of buttons. Let's get it off of here. When Erica was on today painting, her little girl was there and she was painting something coral, and the little girl kept saying coral. She didn't say coral, it was coral. It was so cute. Alright, let me put you back down so you can see what I'm kind of thinking. So I could do the peach in the middle, the coral in the middle, and put yellow ones around the center. Alright, does that add to it, or is it too much? Okay, look at it with the buttons, all of them. And then let's take them off. Okay, what you think? I could even do like my little dots. You know, I could put some little dots around here. There's just so many things to do. I've got 2 more. No, I don't have any more of these. This is the last one of these. But okay, so with all the buttons, or with just the P buttons? What do you think? And I've got, these are really good to use little jewelry holders or tool, I think, for screws and nuts and bolts that have the little squares in them. even an ice tray, an old ice tray, plastic ice tray, egg carton, anything that has separation, it's good to keep your buttons in. Once I open them, you know, it does not do me any good at all to color coordinate my buttons because of how often the kids take them out and put them back in. I would be going crazy trying to keep them color coordinated. I do have some hidden that I have coordinated, but most of them, they're for the kids. They'll remember that all their lives, playing with the buttons. Alright, so I'll come back and do this after I completely make up my mind later. So what I'm going to work on right now, I'm going to go ahead and put some little, to bring in, you like the dots with the buttons or just the dots? Make sure what you're saying. Too much. Okay. That's kind of what I thought. It made it a little busy. I think it takes it away from the peach one. But I am going to see if I might have one a little bit bigger. If not, I may just use this one. Okay. So, to pull in, who else got on here? Hi, Peggy. Thank you. I think I'm going to do a few little yellow swooshes and comma strokes in here to pull down this yellow. So, I'm going to find a liner brush. Which one do I want? Alright, let's try this one. Sometimes it separates on me, but I'm going to try it anyway. I've got so much stuff over here. But that's good. That means I'm busy. Okay, since we did that stain and all that other one, I'm going to go ahead and just get me a new plate. And it won't take much. And this is banana cream, Deco banana cream. So just to kind of tie in that yellow to give me something to pull it in. So if y'all know of anybody that does follow me that may not have heard about the big event, maybe they haven't been able to get on here in a while. Get some of the water out of that. Please let them know. I've had several over the last few weeks say something about it, but then I know how busy we get this time of year, so I would just be so sad if there was somebody that, oh, I wanted to come to that so bad, I forgot about it, and I didn't see anything about it. I would hate for them to miss it for that reason. Okay, so I'm just going to put some swooshes in random directions. I can see I'm going to change brushes. See if I can get it to hold together just a little bit longer. The bristles on this one have gotten to where they separate on me. When it's holding together, it's great. When it starts separating, I have to really work on it. I kept hearing that buzzing, and I thought, what is that? Well, I've got my phone on silent, and somebody's trying to call me. Let's see, let's put this one over here. Swoosh. Technically, these are called comma strokes. Okay, I don't think I've missed any up there. Now let's put some little bitty ones on these up here. And I want to get my arm in the ones we just did. I think we've got more rain and it's starting to cloud up again. I don't know if we're supposed to get any tonight, but I know for the next several days it's in the forecast. People were actually, when we had the break in the rain, started light, or last night before it got too dark, it quit raining. It was still very cloudy and you could hear thunder in the background, but we had neighbors that were out. It's too wet to get a riding lawnmower, but they were outside push mowing in water. And I mean, we have water standing everywhere. We lost part of our driveway because there was so much rain. We have a rock driveway and it washed a lot of it down. Okay, So Hauser Light Green is what I'm going to go with for the leaves. I was using it last night on this little guy. This is a special order for someone. They're wanting to do a paint party, and she said, I would like to do a paint party with a bicycle and maybe flower or maybe flowers in a basket. So kind of just put it together, flowers and a bicycle. So see how the grass that we practiced on a few weeks ago, showed you how to do grass, and so I used that, just little dots that look like flowers, and then the flowers are kind of blowing out of the basket. I did the E's up here kind of like the wind was blowing, so it's just on one of my rounds. I'm going to do my best to have several of these rounds, just the blank rounds, for you at the event that you can purchase. The rounds are $8, so I'll have these there, and then I'll have the painted sunflowers, but we'll try to have a lot of blanks for you so that you can, you know, they're cheaper than you can get them anywhere else. I don't think my prices are up there like everybody's, but they're not etched, they're not laser cut, but I mean, I do fine with them, so y'all know me. I don't have anything technical, it's just the old-fashioned way. But anyway, the background is just white, and then I just dry brushed on there. You can see where the edges, where I kind of got it on there on purpose. But you could do that in a pretty blue. Would be pretty to look kind of like a sky. The lady that's going to have the party said, "Ooh, I could put some clouds up there." I said, "Yeah, you can put pretty much anything, you know, up there." So that's what we're going to do. That party's going to be next month. So we're finalizing that. I've just got parties going here and there and everywhere, so I'm so excited. Okay, so we got the yellow on that. This is a tall piece. If you'll remember, let me grab this one. This is the other one that we did. Exact same pattern. We just did it this way. And so that's what I'm about to do to the leaves. So we'll use the Hauser Green Light and then the dark Hauser to kind of shade it in. So what are y'all doing today? Especially if you're here local. What are you doing since we can't get really out and about? But it was wonderful to have some sunshine today. The birds were singing like crazy. Like you could tell they were just as happy to have it here as we were. All right, let's see what brush I want to use. See if we can get away with using this one. It may be a little bit big. We'll try. I don't remember what I used on the other one. Trial and error. Ooh, I think this green will look pretty too. I tried to get kind of a soft green. Whoops, let me put you back down here. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate it. Okay, Judy, that's fine. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for hopping on. The owners or manager of the place where we're going to be holding the big event has been very, very helpful in accommodating and working with me on things. So that's always nice. They're kind of like us. They're just ready for things to get back to normal, and they were thrilled to have somebody even wanting to use the room. It's my understanding that on Sundays they have a church group that meets there. And in the picture that I showed you of where it was going to have, you could tell they had the chair set up for classes, like a classroom situation. I'm turning this a little bit more around me for the section that I'm doing. I'm holding my brush straight up and down to get that good edge right under that flower petal. But I want to be careful and not flick paint. So I'm stopping right at the edge and then just filling it in. This is a pretty color with this. I just don't think you can go wrong with coral. Now I will come back afterwards with a small brush and get in these cutouts. I've already done it for the petal color, but I'll do that later. Let's figure out. I got that petal really close to that one. I may even have to get the liner brush in there. See if we can get away with it. I just don't want to get it on. Okay, I'm scared. I might come back with the liner brush. First coat always looks yucky. It doesn't cover completely. I got a lot done yesterday. I got that sunflower. I worked most of the day on stuff for the event, trying to get things nailed down for that. My daughter worked so hard on getting the link ready with me, so I was back and forth on the phone and email with her, texting and trying to get all of that. You just don't realize how much goes into a simple click to register, to pay. There's so many things that go into that. You would think, okay, I can just load this right here. Well, no, it's got to make sure it links to here and links to there. And all right, I can get some on the other one. And we'll come back and kind of work on there. Tonight is singing night at our congregation. Every last Wednesday of the month we still have a lesson, but we focus on we have a longer song service than normal, and we have our young men. It's training time for them to learn how to lead songs. Get my brush a little wet, running out of water there. Teaching them how to get up in front of the members to lead singing, and it is such a wonderful service. And they do such a nice job. We have, we've probably got 10 or more that can get up at any given time and lead singing, because they've gone through the training that we have. And so many of our young men that have been baptized also get up and just do full lessons. They try to rotate them in, teaching them how to do that. We've had several of our young men from our congregation go on to be full-time preachers. So that is awesome. We've got Vacation Bible School coming up. Not this next week, but the next. So we're very busily trying to get ready for that. Our community looks forward to it each year. This year, very appropriate, this year is, the theme is Noah and the flood. So how appropriate with all this rain that we've had. They will definitely understand when you say it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. Nobody could get out and play or whatever. They're going to understand it more this year, I think, than they ever have. So that's going to be some good lessons. I'll be helping with the 2 and 3-year-olds. All right, I'm going to switch to a little bit smaller brush. I'm going to go with an angle brush. With the angle one here. Okay, I think everything over there. I was trying not to get my arm in it. But I think it's dry. Now, I didn't have a color to shade around this coral, so I just took the coral and I mixed it with some red until I got the color that I wanted. You would not believe it, but I have not been to Hobby Lobby in almost a month. I've been so focused on getting everything ready to announce the painters event that I have been home more than usual, so it's been nice to be home. Just kind of playing catch up, and I'm determined I'm going to paint something, 2 or 3 items, at least 2 or 3 items a week right now, getting ready, or more. I'm gonna do some batch painting here probably next week, but I've also got to get all of your pieces cut out to paint. Okay, so that's the first coat on it. Very splotchy, but we'll put a second coat on it here in just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and get the edges done while I've still got paint and while that's drying. So while I'm doing the edges, let's pull you up. All right, my daughter's sending me a text about something on the square payments for it, so we'll have to look at that. Okay, so I am just patting. Not rubbing, because I don't want it to get on the back of it. I've already, no I didn't, I have not done anything to the back of this one yet. I think I did seal the other one. Some of them I do and some of them I don't. Just kind of also depends on the condition of the wood on the back. This one would probably be cute in a little girl's room maybe. Or if you have these colors in your house. I know it's a very popular color. The coral and the blues, both are very popular right now. And I'm going to try not to post too much over the next few days, or maybe even a few weeks, not as much as I normally post, because I don't want to interfere with the payment system that we've got set up. Okay, so I'm just getting in those little cutouts there. So I have to do this one. Can't stay on very long because I've got some other things I've got to do. I've just been kind of hopping in here and painting every other hour or so in between things. But I did want to show you at the beginning how to stain the back of your piece if you wanted a stain look. Didn't want to go to the trouble of pulling out stain or didn't have any stain. You can stain it any color paint you want. You just water it down, wipe it on, and wipe it off. So that is your belated Tuesday tip. Tip-It Tuesday. It's kind of quiet right now. I've been used to the sound of rain and thunder for so many days. It kind of feels like something's missing in the background. Got that on the blue part. That off. Okay, and I'll go back to that. I know I planted a lot of wildflower seeds. Never done that. I usually just get plants already growing and put them in for the season, but I decided to try some seeds. And I think I picked a good year to do it because they have sure gotten the moisture that they needed. And with this sunshine today, they're probably going to really start popping up. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, and I'll put a second coat on that, and then we'll just do the veins in it like this one. Sorry, I forgot to move you back down. The leaves here, and just a few little highlights, and then we will be done. Okay, I'm getting messages from my daughter that she's needing help on the website stuff for the event, so I am going to have to get off here, but just want to hop on and say hello and let you know what I'm doing. I'm staying busy. If you have any questions at all, you can private message me or anything on the big event or the painters event. But would love to meet you and let you meet and greet all the other ladies that you've been talking to on Facebook and would just like to meet. We'll have maybe something that you can write each other's information down on. And that's how I met so many friends that I've learned from, that I still talk to. That's where I met Deetra Knapp. I'm going to start naming names then and forget people. But Leanne, that's on You Can Paint with Leanne. She's from Canada, I'm always talking about. I met her at a painters event. So you just meet, you'll have some lifelong friends and friends that have everything in common with you in your love for painting. So you'll probably hear me talking about it a lot between now and then. But if you have any questions, just let me know. You guys have a good